It's V-Week on ESPN as we continue Jim Valvano's fight against cancer.
From the banks of the Ohio River, it is the ACC lid lifter from downtown Louisville, Kentucky. The Cards off back-to-back ranked losses, looking for a hot performance tonight from their leader, Chucky Hepburn, against a red-hot Duke team coming off their best win of the season against number 2 Auburn, led by this phenomenal freshman, Cooper Flagg. And welcome inside a Rockin' Yum Center in downtown Louisville. They are ready to take on number 9 Duke in the ACC opener. Hi again, everybody. Matt Schumacher alongside John Crispin. Excited to bring you this highly anticipated game for a Louisville team that is looking to get back on the right track after back-to-back losses against a Duke team that is coming off a war of a win against War Eagle.
Yeah, certainly warranted excitement for the Duke team, understanding their talent and potential, and that is potential we're talking about in March and April. And then for Louisville, I've got to think as a basketball fan, I've got to be similar with the fan base here, where you want hope. You want hope for what could be under Pat Kelsey, and I think it starts with the personnel on the floor. Obviously, that's Chucky Hepburn. Chucky Hepburn is a guy who's played a ton of college basketball, and he's done it at a really high level. He's also a guy that could be arguably the best player on the floor on any given night, and he's going to have to do it against one of the best players in the country. I have a lot of hope for Chucky Hepburn, but on the other side, you got Cooper Flagg, amongst many others. The best player, the best prospect, and what I've seen him do already is growth and maturity, right? Start of the season struggles with Kentucky. That Auburn game showed me his potential as a playmaker, but also his unselfishness to make everybody else better. Remarkable.
Well, Duke trying to avoid becoming the 9th AP Top 25 team to lose a game this week. Of course, we just saw Kansas, number 1 team in the country, lose their 2nd game this week. Tough week to be a Jayhawk, getting court stormed twice.
Winning in today's game is fragile, right? It's fragile. You have to do all the little things consistently enough to the point where you can sustain winning. I don't care how talented you are, it's still going to be the little things that win.
Last top 10 win for this Louisville program was against Duke 4 years ago. And here we go. The Cards in the home whites control the tip. Duke in the road blues.
And you just look right off the bat, depth. Duke's depth, their ability to defend, could really wear down Louisville, who is depleted in so many ways.
Going with their 5th different starting lineup tonight. And have really been playing a rotation of 7 players since the injury to Case and Pryor. Late in the shot clock. And Hadley scoops it to the hoop for 2. Meanwhile, this Duke team led by 3 superstar freshmen, the only team in the ACC so far this year to start 3 true freshmen.
And I think the Duke team, if you're thinking about comparisons, I kind of compare them to Kentucky, the Anthony Davis team, where they were incredibly young and talented, but they were unselfish, and that's what made them so good.
Tyrese Proctor is having an exceptional start to the year. His shooting is a big part of that.
He's been remarkable. I think he's got to be that guy that just knocks down open shots, creates space on the floor, because the weapons on the floor need space.
And there's a foul on the floor. I believe it's going to go against Cooper Flagg. Whose head coach John Shire referenced the toughness of Cooper Flagg in that win against Auburn, but frankly the team's toughness, John, is what stood out to him in that win against number 2 Auburn.
Yeah, I agree. It's the collective toughness that's also unifying when you're able to pull one out, especially in front of your own crowd, which was a terrific crowd for a non-conference game, but it was one of the best basketball games you're probably going to see all year.
Duke's already played 4 games against top 25 teams. Coming into the day, Louisville still receiving votes as Hepburn tries a 3 and puts it in.
Good patience to start. That's what you've got to do to feel out this Duke defense. You don't want to rush. You don't want to attack too much. Good patience, good ball movement. Everybody's gotten involved. They're sharing it. They're reading what the defense is giving you.
Knipple cannot answer. Hepburn, this team's leading scorer, and has done a little bit of everything this year for Louisville, particularly with the shortened lineup due to all the injuries. And that's a travel on Javon Hadley.
No, and this is not a knock on Wisconsin in any way. Wisconsin is one of the most successful programs in college basketball over the last 20 years for a reason. But Chucky Hepburn comes here and has more freedom, but also more responsibility. The responsibility to be a playmaker. I think there are some guys, especially the experienced guys, that they actually step up a little bit more when given more responsibility. Chucky Hepburn's been one of those guys. Also has great hair.
Maybe the best in college basketball. Here's Proctor. And Maluak with the rebound, and now some chippiness with Noah Waterman after the whistle, and the fans love it at the Yum Center.
It's like the funny one to celebrate. The whistle was blown like 5 seconds prior, but we get all feisty, and I think part of that is, I have to think it's partially the Duke effect, right? Like, fan bases get excited when you fight back against a Duke. And that's part of the hope that I think this fan base is looking for under Pat Kelsey. Good start.
Here comes Rain Smith, one of 2 College of Charleston transfers to come over with the head coach, Pat Kelsey, in his first year at Louisville.
Did Pat Kelsey stop moving at shoot-around?
He did not.
He did not.
Neither has his point guard to start the game. Hepburn off the mark, and the tap back is good for James Scott.
Yeah, really good start for Louisville. They just have to maintain this level of attack, but also the level of patience. Discipline on the defensive end. They've been there to get rebounds. That's going to be key throughout.
James is stripped. And here comes Hepburn with numbers. Smith, the 3. Timeout, Blue Devils. 7-point. 8-0 run for the home team, Louisville Cardinals, thanks to this 3 by Rain Smith.
Yeah, rarely this early do you get a broadcaster layout. You know, the layout is when something big happens, the place erupts, and we as broadcasters want you watching to feel what we're feeling. So I shut up there for a while. That doesn't happen this early in the
rarity
game.
For John Crispin.
Rarely happens ever, but no, it's a great start. And like, if you're Louisville, you want to build on things. You want to build on excitement. You want to build on the feel that you're creating in the arena, but you also want to sustain it. You have to maintain focus on what's giving you the advantage here. And it's been discipline on the defensive end, not chasing, not taking too many chances, being in position to rebound, making everything difficult, not impossible for Duke.
Proctor, a 3. Well contested. And Duke's scoring drought now nearing 3 minutes.
A contested rebound.
Hadley cuffs it up, flag, tips it to his man Malik Brown, who is tripped by James Scott. Well, you referenced it. Pat Kelsey has come in and in just 8 games infused a fan base that's so hungry for a winning program with hope.
Look, I got to be honest. Like, it's not just a winning program. They want the hope, but they don't want this program to be a circus. And that's no disrespect. If anything, I'm giving the program respect. This is one of the best programs in college basketball history. And it's good to see Pat Kelsey come in here, really stabilize, and then inject hope into this fan base.
Under 10 to shoot. And that stops a 3-minute scoring drought on the made 3 by Caleb Foster. Right back the other way. Roofs, the freshman, is fouled. Hot start for the Cardinals.
Yeah, great energy to start this one. I've really been impressed with the defense, but getting out and running, playing offense with confidence.
Back at the Yum Center, where Rain Smith has been making it rain. An early 3 to give Louisville a 4-point lead. Matt Schumacher, John Crispin with you, and even more so now, John, with all the injuries and lineup instability for Louisville, Rain Smith has become the rock of this program.
But I also think it matters when you come in and you're Pat Kelsey to have a guy that knows what you're all about, that can communicate inside the locker room, to find consistency from coach to player. He's the guy in the locker room that can connect everybody and at times be psychologist, right? Sometimes you got to help your guys say, yo, this is what coach is looking for. This is what he's saying. This is what matters. It's almost this social continuity. I don't know if that's a thing, but
sure, why not?
Sure. Make up words.
Connie Ruths at the foul line for Louisville, the lone freshman on the roster for a team that came into the year feeling very old, very experienced. Quickly, that has been diminished a little bit. 4 guys out for the year with injury.
It's hard. Like, you know, Matt Painter always said, get old, stay old. That's hard to do. Nearly impossible these days. You want to have an experienced group, but you also need to get time on the floor together. I mean, understanding how to play is key, but understanding how to play together and learning the dynamics, it's important.
Flag, first touch in the paint, pays it off.
He's got a really cool demeanor, and he's one of the most competitive guys you're going to come across, but he doesn't yell and scream about it.
Connie Ruths was fouled on the drive. Most recent notable injury. Cason Pryor, who had been playing really well, was a key piece to the early success in the words of his head coach, Pat Kelsey. They are excited that Abubakar Traore is going to come back at some point, end of this month, early next month at the latest. But boy, they have been put through the ringer injury-wise.
Yeah, look, I mean, obviously, there's the obvious on the surface, which is Cason Pryor makes you better and more competitive, particularly in this matchup. But on the other side, not having bodies to be competitive in practice while you're building a program. I think that's one of the bigger challenges for Pat Kelsey.
Deep 3 from Foster. And there's a foul on the floor.
It's going to stay here.
Against Javon Hadley, and that is the second on the Colorado transfer.
Probably a foul on the grab. I'm usually good when I see it in slow-mo a second, third time, but I've got to say the position rebounding-wise has been very good, which means you're not over-rotating, you're not chasing the play. Louisville has been disciplined on the defensive end, so when a shot goes up, they're there in position to rebound.
Flag coming off that double-double in the win against Auburn. Quiet to start, just one shot. Proctor, fadeaway. That was silky by the third year for the Duke Blue Devils.
Yeah, that's one you can live with. That's good defense, just a tough shot made.
Hepburn, step back 3. Yes, sir! Flag thinking about it. Really tough shot. And the rebound Ruths. And that's going to be a foul on Waterman and completely unnecessary.
I don't know. I think Cooper Flagg really kind of walked him into that one, but I thought Waterman missed Chucky Hepburn. He was a half second late on the pass, but Chucky Hepburn was able to create the space. And, you know, they're battling. You don't see all of it. That's like taking a half of a sentence with no context and thinking that it means something.
So you didn't agree with the call?
No, I mean, look, I think I would like to blow the whistle and be like, yo, both of you clean it up. I like that one. It's the cop that pulls you over and gives you a warning.
And that's a travel forced by Chucky Hepburn. So the extra possession for Duke does not lead to any points.
And that's what Waterman's talking to Pat Driscoll about right now. He's saying, yo, it's both ways. He kind of ran in front of me as I'm trying to go. So I like the warning. I'm sure the head of officials doesn't like the warning, but I do.
That fits with your MO.
It does.
Going against the grain a little bit. That's a 3 for Ruths.
Confidence is compounding. You can see it. Confident group for Louisville.
Largest lead of the night is quickly cut into on the floater by Foster, stopping a 6-0 Louisville run. And for a team that has struggled so much to shoot the three, John, they have already hit some big ones, 4 of 5 in the first half.
But they've gotten good looks. It's just a matter of keep shooting them and shoot them with confidence.
5 to shoot. Hepburn. Waterman. Fans thought that should have been a double dribble. Flag off the mark. Rapid pace to start this game in Louisville. And that touched the line. It's going back to the Blue Devils.
Yeah, I think Louisville's got to be careful with the pace. They don't have the numbers or the bodies to get up and down the floor and really defend the way they need to defend against this Duke team for 40 minutes, because Duke's going to go to the bench and there's no let up. If anything, you have to adjust to the different personnel. You have to adjust to the different tendencies of that personnel that's on the floor. There are actions that Louisville's prepared for, but ultimately you have to understand the different counters that different guys are going to get to within the different actions. They use different too much, though, I bet.
I'm not counting. To your point, though, Duke's already played 9 players in this game. Mason Gillis on the floor for the first time, the Purdue transfer. Here's Isaiah Evans off the bounce. And Malowacz a second chance. Foster from 3.
The rebounding position's been terrific, and that's something that they have to continue to be good on the defensive glass.
Terrence Edwards from downtown.
Take as many of those as you can get.
And it's going back to Duke. But hot shooting for the Cards. 5 of 7 from downtown, and they lead at 21-12.
One of the most important things you can do if you're building a program is you play the way you want to play. That helps you in terms of recruiting. We are going to commit to shooting threes, miss or make. We're going to space the floor. Some might say live by the 3, die by the 3. Play as if you are who you're going to be. That's the way I see it. Louisville right now getting good looks. They're knocking them down. They've gotten to get their defense set. When they get their defense set, they're not chasing the play. They're getting defensive rebounds. Ton of confidence on the floor for Louisville right now.
Best first half so far from 3 for Louisville this season. And Pat Kelsey was asked about the three-point shooting coming off the loss against Ole Miss, and he said, look, I feel like eventually water will hit its mark. We've got a lot of good individual three-point shooters on this team at their previous schools. Eventually it'll iron itself out.
As guys learn how to play with one another, as they establish, I refer to them as playground dynamics. You grow up and play with the dudes in your neighborhood. You figure out each other. You make more shots when you know each other. The rhythm is consistent. They will develop a consistent rhythm, and they will make more shots. And then you recruit to how you play.
Meanwhile, Duke 0 for their last 4 on this side of the floor.
I say it all the time. How you play is your best recruiter nowadays.
Sion James could not get the layup in, and now here comes Edwards.
Edwards' game is like that. Like, he could be wild at times, but he could be really effective. And sometimes the wild part of him makes him dangerous. Sometimes to yourselves, but that's okay. You live with it. I actually covered him at JMU last year.
Rain Smith again from the top of the key.
Yeah, I'd say they're committed to it.
The lob to Malowacz and the hammer from the big fella. How about that for a response?
Yeah, there were some Louisville fans here by us that gave the gooey face on that one. That was spectacular. And this is not a great offensive lineup for Duke.
Hadley rolling to the basket. Wide open Edwards. Cashes in from downtown.
Really good recognition from Hadley there. He had all the defense in the paint. Someone's got to be open. He had the patience and poise to find him.
James. Rebound Hepburn. Numbers.
You thought something was happening there, didn't you?
Thought he was going to let it go.
He stood up.
Hepburn's thinking about it.
Nope.
Way off the mark. Over to 7-2 Malawach.
Like Duke's going to have to operate to score with this group.
3 subs waiting to come on. And another turnover. Here comes Rain Smith. Edwards off the bounce. And is rejected, but a foul first.
Look, we've been up and down, and you got to credit Louisville for getting up and down with Duke, but Duke with this lineup, and you've got some stars coming in, they had to operate in the half court to be able to score. And on the other end, again, Louisville doing such a good job, recognition, sharing the basketball, maintaining good spacing. They're playing really connected basketball right now on both sides of the floor. Hence the lead.
Here comes Cooper Flag. Gives it up to Knipple. Through contact, puts it in. Just their second made bucket on the last 8 trips down the floor for the Blue Devils.
Well, part of it is they've been playing against the set defense, and it's a different game. Up and down, the way the Auburn game was played, it was a playmaker's game. Wow.
The reigning Sun Belt Player of the Year is having himself a first half in Louisville. Flag up and under.
It's a really tough finish. I mean, to go up there, hang, body control, presence of mind to kind of sneak through the defense and finish there at the front of the rim. He makes big-time plays look really easy.
Maybe that's why so many people have him as their #1 overall pick.
And there's some guys out there. They're good.
Oh, he will certainly not be without competition as this season moves along, as Flag gives it up to Gillis. And that's a 3 for the Purdue transfer, playing in his 140th collegiate game this afternoon. Back-to-back buckets for the Blue Devils, and they trail by 9.
At one point, Louisville held a 14-point lead, and they did it with discipline, obviously aggression on the offensive end, but at some point, you got to be careful. You got to take care of the basketball. 7 turnovers are killers, but they hurt even more when those turnovers lead to points. The easy layup for Knipple, then he saves the ball in bounds. The trailing Gillis hits the open 3, and now it's a 9-point lead with Duke with a special lineup on the floor. This is a spacers lineup, a playmakers lineup. I tend to refer to these groups as the death squad, right? They don't have a big on the floor. They're going to space you out. You're going to switch a lot more, and they'll be able to find the right matchup. Interesting to see if this lineup, a smaller lineup for Duke, if you could even call it that. Goodness gracious.
For the tallest team in the country, according to KenPom.
And everyone has a wingspan like twice their height. When did that happen?
They average 6'7" on this team. Here's Ruth trying to go over the top of Tyrese Proctor, and it's a foul on the junior from Sydney, Australia.
I think the key is, if you're Pat Kelsey, it's always be on the attack. You know, both sides of the ball. You have to maintain that mindset of we are going to attack. We're not going to let Duke just attack us. We're going to be on the attack on both sides of the ball. They've certainly been there on the offensive side.
Well, next Sunday afternoon's ACC Network Women's Basketball triple header features Miami and Pitt starting us off at noon, and number 16 North Carolina hosting Georgia Tech, and we finish it off with Clemson taking on Wake Forest at 4 p.m. Eastern, all on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. 10-point lead for Louisville, less than 8 to go in the opening half. Looking for their first top 10 win since 2020 against Duke. Knippel draws a foul, and it will go against the College of Charleston transfer James Scott.
I feel like it's unfair to say that Knippel is a heady player and he has a high basketball IQ, because it almost establishes a limitation. The reality is the dude just knows how to play. We talked about him at shoot-around having great footwork. Why is he so good? And Kyle said, his SID said, look, footwork. Footwork's one of them, and played with older guys growing up, and he probably wasn't the quickest guy on the floor, so you learn how to be efficient. He plays very efficiently, gets where he wants without having to be faster than everybody else.
One of 6 freshmen on this Duke roster, but you said something interesting today at shoot-around. You said when you watch him play, something interesting by John Crispin, you feel like he plays like a junior.
Yeah, like the game is slower for him. He doesn't have to play at an incredibly fast pace. He doesn't have to run as fast and be as explosive as everybody else to get where he wants to go. I actually said something else. I don't know if it'd be offensive enough, though.
He's running free, tipped by Hadley. And now Proctor resets with 20 on the shot clock. Proctor sizing up the freshman. Gives it to Flagg. Those were the finishes he was making with regularity against Auburn.
It's such a tough cover because he just catches and goes, and he also gets really low on the drive, which is rare for a guy 6'10".
Hadley had it jarred loose. Hepburn, right place, right time. 10 to shoot. Smith contested. Way off. Waterman with 5. Got to get it up. Roots will not. That's rejected by Malik Brown. But first, the shot clock violation on a helter-skelter possession for the Cards.
Yeah, there are times where you wish you got a better shot up, but it's almost better that it's a shot clock violation than a turnover or a careless mistake where Duke's running out. Now you're able to get your defense set, see the basketball, and Louisville's had success on the defensive end.
Duke has been the best defense in the country, according to Ken Powell, so far this season.
I think a big part of that is their length and ability to defend the 3, and it's funny considering how good Louisville's been from 3 today.
Flagg just staying with it, finds Knippel, and the 3 ball has not been there for Duke, now just 3 of 13. Hepburn draws a foul on Mason Gillis, and 2 shots coming for the Wisconsin transfer.
Those are 2 guys. Those are 2 guys that have played a lot of basketball against one another, just in a different conference. And it's funny to think of Mason Gillis, like he comes from a Purdue program that arguably has been more successful over the last 4 years than Duke. I mean, Purdue's been at the tops year in, year out, a very consistent program, and Mason Gillis doesn't need to be a star.
Saturday, ACC Network men's basketball doubleheader, old rivals. Syracuse, Georgetown, they square off for the 100th time. And then Florida State takes on Tulane in the second game of the Auto Nation Orange Bowl Classic in Sunrise.
Georgetown is much improved. I just had them Friday night against West Virginia. Good West Virginia team that Louisville beat. But Georgetown will figure it out under Ed Cooley. They will be a much better program. It's a matter of time.
Year 2 under Cooley, a little bit more firepower in DC on that roster. Knippel off the back iron. Terrence Edwards pushing for now. Edwards against Flagg, and the scoop shot is good. Edwards in double figures with 11. Foster back the other way, and he draws contact and 2 shots.
Edwards at times looks a little unorthodox. Like You know, is he out of control? Maybe. I don't know, but that's kind of his game. I saw it in him last year. He was a really tough cover because he made broken plays look brilliant.
Led the Dukes to the NCAA tournament in his first season as an every-game starter last year. And that is a theme with Louisville. They brought over 11 guys in the transfer portal that participated in the NCAA tournament last year, Edwards being one of those.
Well, when you get winners, it's not that they have won. It's that they understand what it takes to win, and that's what you need when you're building a program. Again, success is merely the byproduct of doing a lot of little things right for the right reasons. Winners understand what that's all about.
You surprised to see this score with 4:55 to go in the first half?
Yes. I'm not going to lie about that. Lie about something else. But.
Edwards has been a key piece. Had it stripped by Brown. The 9th Louisville turnover. Open three for Foster. And he pays it off from deep.
Every turnover turns into points for Duke, and that's something you've got to look at if you're Louisville. Say, we just have to take care of the basketball, be efficient offensively, get our defense set.
This score would be a whole lot different if you cut those turnovers in half.
Cut those turnovers. I mean, I'm thinking of 8 points right now that directly came off of turnovers, right?
Third foul on Caleb Foster after that made three, so he'll head to the bench, possibly for the rest of the half. But you look at where Duke's scoring has come from. They've only shot at 38% from the floor. 11 of their 27 points off turnovers.
And again, 8 of which were immediate. They were options from the turnover, right? A scrambling defense that's chasing the play. And that's what Louisville has to avoid, particularly being kind of understaffed, so to speak, with only 7 guys you're really going to go to. It's like that restaurant you were telling me about. Understaffed.
There's nothing worse than an understaffed restaurant.
I mean, I could think of a few things, but
when you're hungry,
your first world problems are
under
glorious.
3-year-old kids are hungry.
That too.
10-point Louisville lead.
Some of us are decent enough people not to take our kids out.
Flag had a tip. James keeps it alive. Proctor back to Flag. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay here with 8 on the timer and the under 4 timeout looming in the ACC opener for both teams.
You know, Pat Kelsey talked a lot about his team, and really one of their focuses is them as a unit. And I've got to say, they've lived up to that. Teams don't always embody their slogans. This team has so far, and I think that's what Louisville fans should have hope about.
Proctor with 3. Kick out James. Rims in a 3 to beat the buzzer.
That's Tyrese Proctor. I mean, you get space. He's hard to cover, hard to contain.
Edwards draws 3, leads to an open Waterman. And now here comes Proctor. Catch and shoot. Evans off the mark. Tapped away by Cooper Flag. That's just a heady play by the 17-year-old. Counted in the foul. 3rd on Noah Waterman. Foul trouble becoming a problem for the Cards with under 4 to go in the first half. Tightest it's been at the Yum Center since there were 13 minutes left in the first half. Cooper Flag making plays down the stretch for Duke that has just chipped away at what was a 14-point deficit.
But you look at the turnovers and the points off turnovers, 10 turnovers for Louisville, 13 points off turnovers. So you take some of those careless ones away that led to easy baskets, and it completely changes the game. I mean, that's when we talk about the fragility of success, right? It's little things like turnovers that lead to easy baskets that change the way the game feels for your opponent. Duke, otherwise, outside of those turnovers, feels like this game is a battle and a struggle to score in the half court. But those turnovers kind of become that somewhat fool's gold, right? Where they're able to stay in this game by making easy baskets in transition off of a turnover.
13 points off of too many Louisville turnovers, 10 in the first half for a team that's averaging 13 per game. And now Cooper Flagg at the line after the third foul on Noah Waterman. He goes to the bench, and it's a smaller lineup for Louisville now.
And if you're Louisville, you really want momentum headed into halftime. I mean, you played such a good first half. You want to maintain the momentum all the way into half and coming out of the tunnel.
They have shot over 60% from three. That's why this game ballooned to a 14-point Louisville lead. Hadley will try from downtown. Tap back, James Scott, Smith. And last touch by the Blue Devils. It'll stay here.
Good activity from the, quote, smaller lineup. Love to define small these days. Goodness. As I try to get my chair as high up as possible to see over the monitors.
Smaller and yet a 6'11" forward still on the floor.
Smallish.
Hepburn operating. Tough finish, won't go. Numbers for Duke if they want it. Hepburn behind the play.
Took out Pat Driscoll.
Deep three. And right back the other way come the Cards. Playing at a rapid pace still despite the shortened bench. Edwards with 5. Well defended. Rebound, Sion James. Contact, no call. 3-on-2 for Louisville. Edwards trapped on the baseline. Might have gotten it deflected by Isaiah Evans. Flagg through contact. Sips it out to Proctor. And Hepburn just calms everybody down with 90 seconds to go.
Smart. You can really wear down the defense here with a good offensive possession, but also Louisville's gotten good things off their offensive action in the half court.
Hepburn, spin cycle. Tough shot off the back iron. Crowd thought there might have been an offensive foul on Flagg. And now Proctor's going to calm it down for Duke. Flagg on the smaller Smith. Long. 6-0 Duke run, but it's been over the last 3 minutes. Not a lot of made shots during that stretch.
Somewhat of a little break in the game for Louisville, but again, you want to finish strong.
Edwards. And now effectively Duke can hold for the last shot.
Yeah, I didn't think that was the one. I like aggressiveness. That just wasn't the one. Sometimes Edwards puts it on the deck too soon, and then you're almost committed to having to make a play. I think either way, you feel good about this half if you're Louisville because you have a lot to clean up, and you're likely going in with a lead.
5 on the timer for Cooper Flagg. Proctor with 3. Well defended by Chucky Hepburn. And they will not get the shot off. And they may have to check the game clock here. Although I'm not sure the officiating crew is going to. There was a difference between game and shot clock, and there was a shot clock violation. Now Roger Ayers and Bert Smith are going to check the monitor.
The timing issue is under review.
Do you like that they can talk to us now?
Love that.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
I mean, they've been doing it in the NBA for a while now.
It's all good. Well, look, in football, they come and tell you what it is.
Yes.
No, they don't need to do that with every call. But
by the way, John, how about this defensive effort by Chucky Hepburn?
Terrific. Like, no, but they've been locked in. Again, talk about the unit, right? That's what Pat Kelsey says. And their communication's been really good. Their effort's been incredibly high. And look, Duke understands
After
they're going to
the
get
game
that.
clock will be reset. The point forward, Louisville ball on the sideline.
Duke understands they're going to get the best from any opponent, particularly in conference. Something John Shire said today at shoot-around. Look, conference play is different. Yeah, Auburn's great. You know, they play great competition, but conference play is just different.
Particularly on the road.
Oh, look at this place. And this place is itching for, just itching for good basketball.
Fans are looking at the freeze frame on the Jumbotron showing .9. That is what Pat Kelsey
So by
is
rule,
talking to Bert Smith about.
Roger Ayers just said by rule it's when they acknowledge the shot clock violation, which is another rule probably doesn't make sense in my mind.
And it doesn't make sense to anybody here either wearing red.
When logic can't be applied, it doesn't really make sense. But anyway.
Pat Kelsey still pleading. Going to be tough to do much here if you're Louisville with less than half a second on the game clock. Hadley got it off, and Duke trails by 4 after they trailed by as many as 14. Louisville looking for their first top 10 victory since Duke in 2020.
That's right, Sean. Bryson DeChambeau had 16 days for a hole-in-one. You've got 2 shots for a 15-year-old Pappy. Are you ready? All right, Sean, let's do it. Whenever you're ready. It's all in the hips.
We are cutting for Pappy. Liquor bar and party bar. Just a little to let Sean. Good news, we have a second opportunity.
You definitely have the strength. There's no doubt about that. All right.
Yeah, look, I think there are a couple things you could speak to. The movement, right? That you can speak to the action, the opportunities they're creating. But to me, it comes down to willingness and commitment. It's a team that came in shooting 27% from 3. They're shooting 61% tonight, and they're willing to continue to seek out these opportunities, miss or make. And I love that. I love everything about that because I think it's a bigger picture statement about how Pat Kelsey wants to play. He's really instilling confidence in these guys. He's letting them go, miss or make. They're committed to how they want to play going forward, and I love every bit of it. Duke's not an easy team to shoot the 3 against because of that length, their ability to switch and really make things difficult on the defensive end. But Louisville's found the holes and created opportunities.
One more time. Make some noise for Sean and
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, if you can continue to create turnovers and turn them into points, you make the game a little bit easier and you change the feel of the game for Louisville. Right now, Louisville's playing with confidence, really on both ends of the ball. But turnovers really give Duke an advantage. And then it'll make that thing more of an up and down contest, less of a your turn, my turn. Louisville made shots, so they were able to set their defense. If Duke can get some rebounds, turn them into runouts, play a little bit more in transition, more with an open floor game, that's where they're really at the best. I mean, look back at Auburn. Why were they so good? It was playmakers making plays. They need to create a situation where playmakers can win this game. Thank you. All right, beautiful. My pleasure.
to the Ohio River. ACC lid lifter for these two teams. First half did not disappoint. Louisville led by as many as 14. Duke chipped away with points off turnovers. Matt Schumacher, John Crispin with you. Nearly half their points came off of 10 Louisville turnovers.
And really, they're rhythm killers for Louisville as well. But if you get a good shot up and you get your defense back, you get your defense set. That's where Louisville had the most success. Where they made a high percentage shot, 61% from three. Every time you make a shot, you're able to get your defense set. It kind of kills the rhythm of the game for Duke, which I thought Duke at some point could have really put some pressure on this game, picked up a little bit more full court. They've got 10+ bodies they could play versus the 7 or 7.5 that Louisville's going to go to. I wouldn't be surprised if I saw Duke pick up and apply a little bit more pressure and disrupt the game a little bit more early.
Well, Louisville trying to do something that has not been done in a number of years. That's win a top 10 game at home. Last time they did that was December 2019 against number 4 Michigan. Meanwhile, Duke trying to avoid being the 9th top 25 team to lose this week. We've already seen number 1 and 2 lose multiple times. KU already twice.
I used to think it was that everyone's pretty good, but no one's that good. I just think the reality is everyone's vulnerable in some way. And what that vulnerability is, whether it's defensively, offensively, collective buy-in on any given night. I think the other thing is there's a lot of potential out there. Missouri, they make shots, it can be good.
Kansas lost twice this week. Auburn lost to this Duke team in a classic, great basketball game, particularly early in the season.
Good for basketball, too, college basketball.
And that is what Duke is coming off of into this game against a hungry Louisville team, though depleted. Didn't look like it in the first half. Shot over 50% from downtown.
Hungry team, and I feel like a starving fan base for good basketball.
Noah Waterman back on the floor for Louisville to start the half with 3 fouls. Smith off the mark. Cooper Flagg with the rebound. He was limited to just 7 points on 3 of 8 in the first half.
You still get the sense he's going to find his.
No doubt.
He's also a terrific just playmaker. He understands how to play the game and maximize everybody else around him.
Flag off the bounce. Help comes from Hepburn. Maybe forced an off-balance shot.
Oh, good read by Hepburn. Just reading the spin and being there as he spins. Forcing him back over to the left shoulder. It's a tougher shot fading away to your right.
Hadley off the mark. Louisville on a 5-minute scoring drought if you count the last 4.5 minutes of the first half. As Sion James takes it in and draws a foul on James Scott. And that is number 3 on the sophomore from Fayetteville, North Carolina. And it was in transition, whether it was off turnovers or missed shots, where Duke made hay in the first half, because really, John, they struggled in the half court.
Yeah, the defense was good. They were in position to rebound. It was a challenge for Duke. Also, they weren't able to really establish a rhythm to the game.
Well, later on tonight, the Huddle crew will have the annual Selection Sunday special 2-hour show. Includes breakdowns and analysis of the ACC's bowl and playoff-bound teams and their matchups. Coverage starts at 8 Eastern right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. A lot of folks across the country very happy that SMU, despite their loss to Clemson last night, is in the playoff field.
I mean, we've said it before, I love going down to SMU. I've been there a lot when they were in the American. Really interesting to see what they'll do in the ACC. One thing I do know is if finances matter, they have it to compete.
Hadley ends the scoring drought with Louisville's 9th 3 of the game. Flag. Extra pass to Knipple. That is rejected by Waterman. Inside, Waterman sent away. Sion James recovering. And Knipple goes right around Smith.
Knippel's so good he doesn't have to leave his feet. Just uses his body, creates contact, absorbs other contact, and barely has to leave his feet to finish.
Oh, what is that? Magic trick by Hepburn, finding Scott +1.
I really like the creativity of Chucky Hepburn. When he has freedom, he applies this creativity that you hadn't seen a ton at Wisconsin. Great pass, even tougher finish. I also think Louisville's done a good job on Cooper Flagg of gapping, right? Where you're showing and getting back, right? You're not allowing him to line up a shot. You're showing high hands, then backing off to not give him a driving lane. They've really done a good job making things uncomfortable for Cooper Flagg, particularly in an ISO situation.
Flagg coming off that double-double in the win against Auburn. 22 points, 11 boards, no turnovers. But he is getting everything he can handle tonight against Louisville. And so is his 9th-ranked Duke team at large.
I'd like to see him on the block at some point, just given how they're defending him. He's such a good passer, you have to think they'll bring a double. He's got the matchup advantage, but around the perimeter, not as much.
And that's a foul on Hepburn, who is such a gritty on-ball defender.
No, gritty if you're a Louisville fan, annoying if you're a Duke fan.
Those are the best kind, right?
They are. They're the guys you don't want to play against, but want to play with.
And you hear how his hometown crowd feels about it. Only the first foul on the Wisconsin transfer. Second on the team.
Well, if you know anything about Wisconsin, they don't foul. It's like Virginia. ACC fans know that. Virginia doesn't foul.
Under 10 to shoot for Flagg. Here's Proctor, tough fadeaway, rims in. And Proctor with 7 points.
Yeah, Proctor's really needed. I mean, he's a playmaker. He can create his own shot, and at times he's going to have to do just that.
Now Edwards going right back into the grill of Knippel and forces his shot down.
I'm telling you, unorthodox in a way, tough shots, and somehow he gets them to go.
Flagg on the ground after contact. Knippel trapped, finds Flagg for 3. Bang! Might that be the shot to get Cooper Flagg going in the second half? Open 3 for Hadley. Proctor with a little Jordan shove. And now Smith fouled on the rebound.
Jordan didn't shovel that play. Stop it.
You're sticking to that
Yeah,
story,
I am
huh?
sticking to that. I always wonder, too, because, like, there are a lot of plays, particularly, I mean, look, we've cleaned things up a lot in terms of the freedom of movement, which I also believe that if you have freedom of movement, you also have to define freedom of contact. I think that's a good thing, because in basketball, there's just contact that doesn't need to be called. But a lot of times, the little push-off, it happens because the defense is all over the offensive player. So I like that sense. You let it go. It was a physical defensive play. A lot of hands.
Kenai Rubes draws a foul on Cooper Flagg, and that is number 3 on the freshman. 3-point lead at the Center for the Louisville Cards.
I can't do this don't give up thing all by myself. This whole fight, this journey thing is not a solo venture. This is something that requires support.
It is V Week at ESPN when we partner with the V Foundation to highlight the urgent need for cancer research, this game-changing research that helps save lives. You can join the fight against cancer by visiting v.org/donate. 100% of your donation goes directly to cancer research.
You know, we do this, the V Week thing, and it's remarkable. And in a way, when you consider the prevalence of cancer and how it's impacted really all of us in some way, shape, or form, you have to stop and think, and you go, wow, the fight against cancer is humbly unifying. And I just want to take this moment here just to send prayers to a little guy, Easton, in Pittman, New Jersey, where I live, goes to my kid's school, 3 years of age, fighting a brain tumor, cancer has spread. We just ask for prayers for the little guy. And man, if that doesn't hit close to home, to those of you with kids out there, I got a 4, 3, and 1-year-old. It's unimaginable. It's unimaginable. But yes, the fight against cancer has been, in so many ways, humbly unifying for so many people. And to be a part of V-Week and all that's been done through ESPN, it's remarkable.
Well said. Back at the Yum Center, ACC opener, Chucky Hepburn almost winning it back for Louisville, who leads by 4.
Actually, like Louisville picking up and going a little bit more full clip pressure. Just, again, disrupt. Disrupt has a cumulative effect.
And doing it with 7 players in the rotation. Flag, a helter-skelter shot, got his own miss. Under 10 to shoot. And the rebound, James Scott.
I still think Duke needs to do that more. Just pick up, apply pressure, just pick the tempo of the game up a bit.
Edwards, well defended by Proctor, and they're going to tag the junior with his second foul.
That would be the one thing I would fix with Edwards, just to say, hey, don't catch and immediately bounce. Catch, probe, identify, attack. I don't mind the attack. I love his aggressiveness, but when you put it on the deck right away, you limit yourself.
Where are you going offensively if you're Louisville, who's won for its last 9 from 3?
I think it's just Chucky Hepburn's got to turn a corner and make a play. If you get a switch, you can't pick up your dribble. Stick with it. Make Cooper Flag work.
Here he is with 10. Defended by Flag. Smith from downtown.
Sometimes the struggles on offense are not because you're struggling offensively. It's because Duke is locked in and they're a tremendous defensive team.
Number 1 in defensive efficiency in the country, according to KenPom. Foster off the mark. And another rebound by James Scott. Ruths from the corner hits from downtown.
Just back to the point, I think it's got to be Chucky Hepburn. He's attracting secondary defenders. Those are the guys that make everybody else better. He's going to create scoring opportunities. The rest, it comes down to making shots.
Foster tries to respond.
Did that hit the top of
it? Sure did.
All right.
Hepburn, usually so tight with the handle, lost it. And the first turnover of the second half of the Cards.
It wasn't a great pass from Chucky Hepburn, but he got it there. And Cooper Flag just not strong enough on the closeout. Sometimes bigger guys like Flag are there because of their length, but not there to take the shot away or deter it.
Duke approaching a 3-minute drought without a point. Flag lost it, 10 to shoot. Foster with 5. And was there a kick ball in there?
No foul. They're going to start to clean up the physicality. It'd be interesting to see how it goes both ways. So if you start to get those calls on the bounce, there was one down here in the post for Louisville. They got the call. And on the other end, they're going to start to clean up the dribble drive defense. That tells me if I'm a player, I attack off the bounce.
Flag, catch and shoot. Long. Rebound Foster. Reload for Proctor. And now Edwards. Dribbles out of the double team and is pushed by Duke.
The second officials start to blow the whistle on the ball defenders, you have to attack. Just continue to attack and see how much they're going to call it. And Edwards did not have numbers right there. He recognized it, but dribbled into the corner and somehow got out of it and got the call. But if I'm Chucky Hepburn, I got to find a way. He's not even in the game right now.
They're going to give him a quick breather. I mean, he has been playing at an elite pace.
They better be quick. Just somebody, dribble drive here. See if you can get the call.
Hadley, backdoor pass. Edwards with 5. Into the chest of Knipple. Really tough shot, won't go. Duke dealing with foul trouble. 3 players with 3 fouls. Cooper Flagg remains on the floor. And for now, so does Tyrese Proctor.
I think Proctor's got to be your guy to really create some offense here.
With the basketball. 5 to shoot. Proctor gets around Smith. And a nifty finish.
You know, he's got that in him, that playmaking ability, shot-making ability.
Edwards. Oh, yes. Looked out of control.
Yes.
Regathered control and puts it down.
Those are the hardest guys to cover. It's like in football, covering a broken play. It's hard.
Leads all scorers with 15. 12 minutes to play. Louisville maintaining a lead. Proctor right to the rim.
Yeah, I love that they recognize Proctor's the guy. If you get him in somewhat of an ISO situation there on a flare screen, he made the right decision and attacked. It doesn't feel like Louisville has the lead right now. I mean, they do, but...
Led by as many as 14 in the first half. Duke has not led since it was 3-2 early in this game, and a foul very far away from the basket, the 4th on Caleb Foster.
Chucky Hepburn goes out of the game, and you wonder where the offense is going to come from for Duke. It's Tyrese Proctor. 2 straight possessions, then Edwards on the other end. Keeping it going.
Been with you. Your thoughts on the way this needs to play out for both teams down the stretch?
Still feel like Duke has to really apply some pressure to this game to make Louisville uncomfortable. You know, Duke at times has scored, gotten turnovers, easy points. They've struggled to score on defensive sets, against defensive sets. I feel like the bodies that Duke has, obviously foul trouble's an issue. It's not about getting steals. It's about disrupting the game for Louisville, making things difficult, taking it maybe out of Chucky Hepburn's hands, who's back into the game. For Louisville, they're going to shoot a ton of threes. 22 of the 36 shot attempts have come from 3. They're going to continue to do that. There's not a lot at the rim for Louisville anyway. I mean, look at the length for Duke. And this is their, again, quote, small lineup.
What you just did there was so impressive.
I know. Was it
you
the
took
cookie?
A bite of a cookie.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it.
Amazing.
And you made it through without making one single chewing noise. Here's Hepburn. Off the mark. Crowd really wanted to see that go down, and now Cooper Flagg off to the races. Flagg takes it coast to coast.
That's a big-time play. And again, makes the big-time plays look simple. Great body control, absorb the contact. He just protects the basketball with the left hand and then just finishes at the rim through contact. His simple things are remarkable. I mean, this is a 6'10" guy getting the rebound, getting out in transition, heads up. He knows where everybody is, takes the contact, dishes a little of his own. Nice little chicken wing, which again, I'm okay with that because the defender's on him.
By the way, that was the 7th on Duke. Louisville in the bonus the rest of the way.
And Louisville shot it well from the free throw line, 9 of 11 right now.
Caleb Foster on the bench with 3 for the Blue Devils. Multiple players with 3 fouls for Duke. ESPN Plus content is available on Disney Plus. And we also have 3 tremendous women's basketball games coming your way on the app and ACC Network next Sunday, including number 16 North Carolina.
Yeah, I was going to say, tremendous for everybody except for the team that has to play North Carolina. They give up 49 points a game. That's unreal.
Flagg,
Gosh,
really tough take on back-to-back trips.
But again, poise, presence of mind. He sees a defender lining up his steps.
Edwards got the whistle and is headed back to the free throw line.
Yeah, there are little things that Cooper Flagg does, and it's going to be on Flagg, right?
And that is the 4th on the freshman.
And look, the reason why that's most important, obviously, It's obvious. It's important. It's Cooper Flagg. It's most important because he's really been the guy the last couple minutes to make some plays. He and Tyrese Proctor have been the offense for Duke, and now you take him off the floor. They're going to stick with a smaller lineup.
So Knippel will come on for Flagg, who exits the game 1 rebound away from back-to-back double-doubles. And now how long do you keep him out if you're Jon Scheyer?
There is a lot of variables to that question. I mean, the game determines some of that. There's also a part of you that wants to learn how he plays with foul trouble. Doesn't mean you want to risk losing the game. And then you got to be careful how you use them. Do you go offense, defense if you can? Steal a possession here and there.
Hepburn, that is number 2, and the 4th on Louisville.
Like the key is the young guy that says, no, let me stay in. You go, no, you shouldn't have gotten your 4th. Like, that's the first thing. I mean, I was one of those players. Everybody's one of those players. No, I want to stay. It's like, yeah, but you got your 4th. Like, it's not that you got it. It's that you allowed that to happen. I can't roll the dice like that.
Wait, you told your coach what you wanted? Knippel comes in for Flagg and hits one from downtown. It's a 2-point game.
We all do it. Just some do it a little bit more boisterously than others. What a pass.
Great feed,
What a
and
pass.
James tagged with a foul. That is number 1 on James.
Yeah, good to get, Knippel. Edwards just goes down and he's able to get a shot up, but good to get someone else going. It's been Tyrese Proctor, Cooper Flagg. But how about that pass from Chucky Hepburn? I mean, that's Peyton Manning throwing it by the ear hole of the linebacker that's chasing the seam route. I don't know if I got all that right, but sounds like it. Some football guy is out there right now. It's like, it's not a seam route, stupid. Whatever it is, you know what I'm talking about. Leave me alone.
Well, we asked Pat Kelsey just about how easily and seamlessly Hepburn has adapted to this system. He's playing with a level of freedom that perhaps we haven't seen him play with in his collegiate career.
Well, I think finality has something to do with it, too. It's free. You know this is it. This is a great opportunity and a tremendous place. I mean, God bless this fan base for how they've kind of hung in there over the last few years. This is a place, like I said, they're starving for good basketball. And Chucky Hepburn gets to be a part of that. And they should play freely. Year 1 under Pat Kelsey, there's excitement, there's hope. Go be competitive, right? That's it. Be competitive. Every game, and you'll win a bunch.
Already have 1 ranked win this season against Indiana. First ranked win for the program since 2021.
Jeez.
That was aggressive by Sion James.
I mean, he is a freak of a human being physically, and everybody who's ever been around that young man will say he's one of the best people you could be around.
Tied at 55. Louisville without a field goal over the last 3 minutes and counting. Five on the timer. Hepburn picked by Malik Brown. And now Duke has a chance to take their first lead since early in this game. It's James. 2 shots coming for the Tulane transfer.
Jon Scheyer said it. Malik Brown just has the ability to get his hand on basketball, and you're not ready for it. But Sion James, I mean, so physical. You can't really lean off on him too much because you'll bounce off of him anyway. He's built like a middle linebacker. And I love the stability he brings. He can play any position, cover any position. And there's some flexibility with different rotations for Jon Scheyer because of the kind of the adaptable personnel he's got.
Another guy who started over 100 games in his collegiate career prior to getting to Duke.
There are also some guys that are just like humbling like there's a part of me that wants to get fit, you know, and at this age you live longer. Then you look at a guy like Sion James and you just want to give up. Like, he's just incredible.
Has given Duke its first lead since there was 19 minutes left in the first half. And the Blue Devils on a 7-0 run, all without Cooper Flagg on the bench with 4 fouls. How does Louisville respond here? Like that. Backdoor thing of beauty to Rain Smith.
It's a great cut, but it's also a tremendous pass to have your head up, to read the defense, and then have the willingness to take the chance to make that play.
Knipple inside to Brown. Feet were moving a little bit, but he got the bucket to go. Approaching the under 8 in Louisville. Cards down 2 after they trailed by as many as 14 in the first half.
Led by as many as 14.
I beg your pardon. Thank you, partner.
Just saved you
Head on
Twitter.
a swivel. Hepburn coughs it up. Here comes Malik Brown. Watch out! Transition dunk for the Syracuse transfer.
I wonder if you take one here if you're Pat Kelsey.
3 from Ruse.
Yeah, I thought he wanted one. He was calling Chucky Hepburn over. And then you have an empty possession. This would be a big possession, a momentum possession for Duke.
Proctor. Oh, tough shot, rims down. Largest lead of the night for the Blue Devils.
Now, if you're not going to take the timeout as they were going to, yeah, he's going to have to take it. Get a good possession, because Duke is starting to really find it. Again, doing it with Cooper Flagg on the bench. Malik Brown, we know what he could do defensively. Getting out and running. Look at that length.
ESPN Plus content now available on Disney Plus. Bundle subscribers can stream live events, original content, and studio shows from ESPN Plus. Start streaming now.
Do you realize how great that is for, you know, something like us? You know, we got little kids that we could pop over between Moana and like the Duke Louisville basketball game. Wow, man, that's dangerous.
Is that what it is for you guys right now? It's Moana?
I don't know.
House,
that's
it's
a big
Dora
one.
the Explorer.
We're not there yet. I mean, look, we're Thomas. There's a bunch of different things. I was just trying to support the company brand, for crying out loud.
No, I can appreciate that. Hey, by the way, Duke is on a 13-2 run without Cooper Flagg. We beg the question, how long do you leave him out?
Yeah.
Well, his teammates have answered that question.
Rest of the game, if this continues.
Largest lead of the game for the Blue Devils at 6, trailed by as many as 14 in the first half. And Waterman turns it over for the 14th time tonight for Louisville. We will step aside one more time.
Back to Louisville, the KSC Yum Center, as my best dressed, best hair play-by-play partner would say, on the banks of the Ohio, where it's a bit of a professional homecoming for you, my friend. And I think the picture we have of you is great, but that jacket is something else. Were you at a horse race? What was going on? Like, were the lights off when you opened the closet, and why does that even exist in your wardrobe?
I don't think I've worn it since. This is the Derby City.
Tell me
though,
it was a
John.
gift.
Come
Yes,
on.
it is. It is.
It was a
Did you
gift.
have a mint jeweler? That's
From
what
my
I
mother.
Oh, God, now I feel badly.
And she's
over it, though.
probably watching this game.
I
It's a
have
wonderful
enough.
jacket, Mom.
I'm
Great to
loving-
be back in Louisville.
I'm loving enough to be sincere with people, so there's that. And honest.
Cards down 63-57, 6:20 to go in the game. On the wrong end of a 15-2 run after the dunk by Malik Brown.
And I think, again, like, you understand it's been tough for Louisville scoring, but you have to credit the Duke defense. I mean, they are remarkable with their contesting of shots and scrambling out. They've really picked things up, also rebounding on the defensive end. They have been locked in defensively in the second half. I think the first half was a bit of a wake-up call, but at the same time, Louisville did shoot 61.5% from three. And sometimes made shots can be fool's gold.
In this half, only 2 of 9 from distance. Knipple with a dagger from downtown. 18-2, Duke run.
Not a dagger yet, but close. Starting to feel it, right? The difficulty scoring is starting to make you feel as if Duke is taking complete control of this game.
Hepburn off the mark. And a foul on Knipple. That is number 2.
And back to your point, doing this with Cooper Flagg off the floor on the bench with the 4 fouls, that's just a tough matchup for Waterman. I mean, you sag a little bit, Knipple can pop that thing off the bounce. And I love what John Shire says about Cooper Flagg. It's not like, oh, he's the best. He's great. He's super skilled and amazing, and he's going to be the first pick of the draft. No, he says he's the best competitor we have. It's great when your best player is your most competitive guy and your hardest worker. Like, that is infectious.
And he said he does not care about stats at all.
I mean, frankly, I don't think he needs to worry about stats. Like, he does it because
everybody knows who he is
he's
already.
going to make plays,
Yep.
and he's going to be involved in everything. Everybody knows who he is and is fully aware of how capable he is. You look at what he did this past summer, playing against Team USA. I mean, he was impressive, and he's just going to keep getting better. And the more they establish the balance around him with guys like this, good action.
Offensive rebound. Brown lost it, and here comes Edwards. Hadley off the bounce, spins around Gillis, and the Cards aren't done yet. Down 8, under 5 to go. And John Shire wants a timeout. He's pointing to his freshman Cooper Flagg, who is going to rejoin us when we come back in 30 seconds. Early in the Cooper Flagg Duke era, but already drawing comparisons to the great Christian Laettner.
I mean, when you think about the potential on the floor with his skill set, his ability to pass and share the basketball, one of the things no one really ever talked about with Christian Laettner was his unselfishness. I mean, he was a great player and a great teammate. Sometimes I think we just compare guys based on who he looks like, but this one's fair enough. I think Cooper Flagg's harder to despise than Christian Laettner was back in the day.
That's a fair point.
I don't really want to have to like validate that point, but I think people get what I'm saying. Like,
I do.
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. Here's Flagg.
There he is.
First time on the floor in 5 minutes. Makes his first shot. Back to a 10-point Duke lead.
And that's just something, I mean, his versatility. I mean, he can play like a guard. He can play down low. I mean, the feel he has for the game kind of rivals that of like Zion Williamson, right? Zion Williamson had a tremendous feel for the game. The instincts were there. And then you add the competitiveness and the drive, the work ethic, all those things. That makes him a really smart investment for whoever acquires him next.
Hepburn, kick out, open 3. It has been that type of second half for Louisville that could not miss from distance in the first half. Now just 2 of 11 in the second frame from 3-point land.
And that's often a conversation at halftime if you're Duke. You say, guys, like, Water's going to find its level. They're not going to shoot like this for 2 halves in a row. If they do, goodness gracious, so be it.
Knipple off his knee and back to Louisville. And that takes us to the under 4 immediate timeout. Blue Devils in control. Can Louisville find a spark down 10? Well, it's been a gauntlet of a schedule for the Duke Blue Devils to start their season. Half of their games coming into tonight against top 25 teams. They've gone 2-2. in those 4 games.
I think it's great experience. I mean, you're learning as much, if not more, from those losses that you are from the wins. But in addition to that, when you look at the pressure of a tough schedule, you also look at the pressure of being Duke, right? It's unquestionable. Like, everybody brings it against Duke. So many people root against Duke. And there's a pressure to perform when you're a part of the Duke Blue Devil basketball program. And I think that's just an added pressure to be able to live up to expectations individually for a lot of these players, but also as a unit.
Particularly with 6 freshmen, 3 of whom are in the starting lineup. That's something that John Shire knows a lot about. He started as a freshman at Duke back in the day as well.
It helps that those freshmen tend to be better than most.
Yeah. #1 recruiting class in the country coming into the year. 5 to shoot. Smith, floater, rims out. And a second opportunity for Edwards. And that is the 15th Louisville turnover, which was what kept Duke in the game in the first half.
Edwards just gets himself sometimes stuck in a bad spot. Tough pass to handle. Lost ball. You want to capitalize on second chance opportunities, if at all possible.
Flag. Kick out. Knippel for 3. Here comes Hadley. Much needed from Smith, ending a 2.5-minute scoring drought.
That was a really good, simple find from Edwards, right? Just immediate attack, draw defense, kick out, in rhythm 3, which is a high percentage shot.
7-point game, 2 minutes and change. Flag, fouled, probably a smart one by Hadley.
You just want to be able to create scoring opportunities, and keep an eye on Cooper Flag there. He did step a little funny on that left leg. Looks like he gave out on it.
He's going to shake it off and shoot 1 and 1.
I mean, there are some players, like, we care about everyone's health. Let me just start with that. But there's just something about certain players when you see them twisted ankle, you're like, oh, like, he's one of them.
Everyone holds their breath.
You hold your breath. And we mentioned earlier, you know, Cason Pryor, you and I both got to see him play at South Florida, and what an infectious, energetic personality and player he is. You know, the game would be different with him here. Do they make 61.5% from 3? I don't know. Game would be different, but he's the type of guy that this fan base would love and appreciate. And I really felt for him when he went down. Really enjoyed watching him play.
1 of 4 Louisville Cards out for the year. Meanwhile, tonight, the Huddle crew will have the annual Sunday Selection Special, a 2-hour show that'll include breakdowns and analysis of the ACC's bowl and playoff-bound teams and their matchups. Our coverage starts at 8 Eastern right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. Major first-round game, SMU against your Penn State Nittany Lions, and then Clemson with a win last night against SMU in the ACC title game. They get to face Texas in Austin.
Still good to see SMU in the college football playoff. I have hopes for Penn State, but I'm not the biggest or best fan. Like, I'm a good fan when they're good and when they win. Like,
I believe
I'm
they
the
call that
definition of
fair
fair weather. 100%. Like, in college basketball, who's your favorite team? Whoever the best team is, right? Like,
come on, John.
I've been a huge Auburn fan over the last few weeks because they're fun to watch, right? You want to watch the whole game. That Duke-Auburn game, I didn't miss a single commercial.
Hepburn rims out of 3. We'll get back to John's 0 loyalties as a fan in just a second. Malik Brown is walking to the free throw line.
I think as a player, though, you just appreciate, especially in this job, right? People think in our position that we're biased. I want to tell people all the time is, like, we absolutely are to a degree because we're human like anybody else. But when you spend time with both teams, you see both teams as people. Like, you appreciate them. You feel for them. You have empathy for them. right? You develop an empathetic perspective doing the job that we get to do because you see the struggle from all of them. So in a way, we root for everybody.
9-point deficit for Louisville. Edwards trying to make it 7, and he is sent away by Malik Brown.
Yeah, again, smaller lineup, air quotes. Like, you have a lot there to contest things at the rim between Brown and Cooper Flagg. Yet this is a group that has multiple playmakers and can space the floor. And now you hear the Duke faithful. Which, by the way, there's a lot of.
Yes, there are. Flagg. No, and the putback jam. His 4th double-double of the season with an emphatic dunk.
That was close to being his 5th on an offensive foul. But Smith just didn't hold his ground, and then he gets the putback dunk and kind of silences the crowd a little bit.
Scott, Smith, 3 no, and Flagg the rebound, and that will do it in Louisville. A valiant effort by a depleted Louisville team, but ultimately too much firepower from Cooper Flagg and company.
And look, he makes the play, like he gets to the basket. But Smith had an opportunity to really hold his ground, just moving a little too much. It's not fair. Like in my day, I would have had to line up my steps, and he's just standing there under the rim and goes up and throws it down. I really wonder, I want to say this, I really wonder if Cooper Flagg will get the vitriol of Christian Laettner or J.J. Redick.
If he only stays 1 year, I don't see how opposing fan bases could build up that much hate in one season.
Look, I'm sure there will be plenty of opportunities, but it's also Duke. It's just
yeah, it kind of comes with the
fan
territory.
Bases, the greatness plays a big role in that, right? If they weren't any good, would anyone care? No. And it's not just that they won games, it's how they did it. Like for decades under Coach Ken. I mean, they were disciplined. They played freely. They were elite in everything. Their competitiveness was second to none, which I think that all stems from the identity that is your coach. Like if your coach is the most competitive guy on the bench, then your team should reflect that. Duke always has. And now your best player is your most competitive, hardest worker. Pretty good.
John Shire told us he felt like with this team, they were returning to that identity, that root of the Duke program, which is steely competitiveness.
Yes, and look, you see that on the defensive end. Typically, you see competitiveness on the defensive end more than on offense. Right, offense, it's about playmaking, and the better you are defensively, the more freely you can play on the offensive end, knowing that you can trust your defense. And as they get better and better defensively, you're going to see them really open up and thrive offensively, particularly in games where playmakers win. Auburn-Duke was a playmaker's game. It was playmaking after playmaking, and Duke had the playmakers and made the shots down the stretch. Made enough stops, had a unique approach, Malik Brown covering Janai Broome. I thought it was terrific. It really disrupted the rhythm of Auburn, took Broome more in the post. They just have so many different rotations, so many weapons. If they can continue to get better and better, which is scary on defense, the game's going to get easier and easier on offense. Gotta get it up. Gotta get it up.
And that's a foul on Edwards.
Timeout. They're going to call it timeout.
Oh, they are going to call it timeout.
Yeah, John Shire looked up and saw 21 seconds, and Mason Gillis still had the ball in his hands.
Well, Duke, who's just coming off what we showed you earlier, a gauntlet of a start. First 8 games, 4 of those against ranked opponents on the road against the Louisville team receiving votes. They're going to get a little bit of a break. Incarnate Word, George Mason, and then ACC play begins in earnest at Georgia Tech. It's wild. A Duke team that feels like they have the components to win an ACC championship.
No, they have the components to win an NCAA championship. And in conference play, it is different, right? John Shire said that. Like, what you have to prepare for in the conference is a little different. How do you define that? I don't know. You got to be a part of the program to really get it.
And then meanwhile, on the other side, Louisville has 6 ranked opponents before January 2nd. The next one's coming up on Saturday at Kentucky.
Love that.
Huge game in this state. And there are going to be a lot of eyeballs on that one nationwide because Louisville has shown us time and again early in the year, they did it tonight, that they can compete this season.
And I'm really happy to see Mark Pope at Kentucky. I think he's a terrific coach. He's going to make everything difficult. It's going to be a different look team. He's going to be able to win with guys who are experienced and who understand how to be coached and how to play the game. And then I think they're going to get more and more good talent.
3 ball not there in the second half for Louisville. It was what propelled them to a 14-point lead in the first half, held to just 3 of 15 in the second frame, and they are going to fall to a very good 9th-ranked Duke Blue Devils team who will win the ACC opener on the road.
Yeah, really good performance for Louisville. You have to just stop and step back and say, okay, there is absolutely hope here for the Louisville basketball program under Pat Kelsey. They're competitive, they attack, they're aggressive, and oh, by the way, they're a fun watch. Good for Louisville. These fans deserve a good basketball team.
Meanwhile, the Blue Devils close the game on a 26-10 run. For our entire crew, John Crispin, I'm Matt Schumacher. Let's send it to Taylor Tannenbaum and the ACC Huddle crew, talking a little bowl selection on this Sunday.